to Tijuana, Mexico, where super welterweight Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., son of the legendary Julio Cesar Chavez, is looking to defend his unbeaten record against Luciano Cuello of Argentina. Rich Morano, Al Bernstein, and Maureen Che are describing the action.
And now we will get the entrance to the ring of Luciano El Principe Cuello out of La Plata, Buenos Aires, Argentina. He brings into the ring a record of 23-0. He is not a big puncher, although he thinks he's going to knock Chavez out tonight. They've told us that. They really believe it. He only has 9 knockouts in his 23 wins.
Ricardo Atoche, his manager from Spain, was very emphatic. They said, we think we can win this fight by a knockout. We're absolutely convinced of it, as you pointed out, and I think Cuello believes it.
Well, Cuello says he's faster or aggressive than Matt Vanda, and that he's a head and body puncher, and he's got good movement, so we'll see what he brings tonight.
You know, I think the greatest ring walk I ever saw was Julio Cesar Chavez ring walk against Pernell Whitaker at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio before 63,000 people that night. It took 20 minutes for him to get to the ring.
Oh, I'm sure. I believe
and all I can remember were these gigantic flags, Mexican flags.
Oh, they're patriotic.
And the whole Alamo Dome
fighters.
seemed to be shaking and moving. And that was a pretty good one, though, for Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. tonight. All right, we are ready for the ring introductions from Jimmy Lennon Jr.
All right, fans, here we go. 10 rounds of boxing for the WBC Continental America's Super Welterweight Championship. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, damas y caballeros, en vivo desde Plaza de Toros Monumental de Tijuana. It's live, and it's time for the main event of the evening. Introducing to you first on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing dark blue trunks, he weighed in at 154 pounds. Presentando en la esquina azul y pesando 154 libras. He is undefeated in his campaign to the ring with a record of 23 wins, no losses, 9 wins coming by way of knockout, con un récord de 23 victorias sin derrota, con 9 de ellos por knockout. De La Plata, Buenos Aires, Argentina, presentando al invicto Luciano, el Principito Cuello. And his opponent across the ring on my left, fighting out of the red corner, wearing white trunks. He weighed in the same weight of 154 pounds. Su rival en la esquina roja, pesando 154 libras. His record, 38 wins, no losses, 1 draw with 29 wins coming by way of knockout. Tiene un sobresaliente récord de 38 victorias sin derrota, con un empate y 27 ganadas por knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, representing one of the great names in the sport, and truly one of boxing's rising young stars, damas y caballeros, la dinastía continúa con el joven ídolo de Culiacán, Sinaloa, México, presentando al sensacional e invicto Julio Cesar Chavez.
Vic Draculich, the referee, sends him back to the corner. I believe you really could see a dramatic difference in size between the two that I hadn't realized that yesterday at our fighter meetings. Chavez looks much bigger. Here we go, round one. Cuello comes right to the attack, attempting 2 body shots. He believes he can wear down the bigger Chavez with body punches and an aggressive style.
And he's got to get inside that jab of Chavez Jr. to do it. And early on in this fight, a couple times, he has made forays inside successfully.
Maureen, do you think Cuello can make the smaller ring work to his advantage?
You know, I don't know. It's gonna be tough because he's gonna come in, put Chavez on the ropes. But Chavez is definitely a stronger body puncher and head puncher. He's got a higher knockout ratio. That's definitely gonna be have an effect on Cuello.
You know, sometimes you don't know what you don't know. And, you know, Cuello has not faced 18 of his 23 opponents have had losing records. He hasn't been in against top fighters. He's in the Lions Den. He doesn't know what he doesn't know. So in round one, he got right in there and he was blasting away against Chavez. That's one way to make something good happen.
Chavez is very adept at dropping the left hook to the body from long range. Remember, his dad would get close to you and knock that left hook into you, but Chavez can do it from long range.
You know, I don't know how long this fight's going to last, but I'm going to tell you, it's going to be entertaining as long as it does last, because Cuello wants to make it a fun fight, and we know Cesar Chavez Jr. is going to respond in kind.
There's that left hook I was talking about to the body. It's a beauty.
Young Chavez is as good a body puncher among young fighters as you're going to find in the sport.
He's got a great right hand, too. Stylistically, technically, placed beautifully. He really turns his punches over, and that is huge when it comes to the body shot. You got to turn the punch over when you go to the body.
Chavez is getting into a rhythm right now and looks very good. Cuello had a very good opening minute, but Chavez is putting some good work on him. Now a hard right by Cuello. Good shot. Backs Chavez up against the rope. Chavez felt that one.
When Cuello jabs, this is a whole different fight. When he doesn't jab, he's in trouble. What a good first round, though.
Absolutely. Two are really mixing it up. Cuello comes forward, unafraid.
As soon as Chavez feels the ropes on his back, he needs to move.
The referee, third man in the ring, Vic Draculich. You'll see a sash on his right arm, a black sash. That's in honor of Raton Macias, who recently passed away, who we had the 10 count for prior to the main event tonight. Raton Macias, very important to the Mexican people. And Cuello doing a good job at the end of the round, coming forward. Red hot first round.
Great first round.
Now we'll go into the corner with Chavez. Rafael Hernandez Brito providing the translation.
Just don't launch forward. Come on, don't launch forward. Just be smart. Be smart. Be smart, Julio. Don't overestimate him. Just don't throw the same punch. Don't throw the same punch so you can beat him. Flip them with the right. Don't lose your head.
There's Cuello standing up prior to the ringing of the bell. You heard in the corner instructions. Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. is the manager of Junior, but his trainer is Rodolfo Chavez, who is his uncle. We begin round two. Scheduled for 10, by the way, not 12. It's a 10 round.
For Luciano Cuello, I think the whole fight revolves around whether he jabs first, whether he gets off with that jab first. When he does, he's much more effective.
He certainly didn't there. He doesn't look like he's too interested in jabbing right now. He wants to get close and bang away.
Look at the redness on the side of Cuello's torso. Those shots that Chavez is just landing so precisely.
Cuello is trained as manager of Toches from Spain, and he's worked in Spain. His last fight is in Spain, but every other fight he's had has not just been in Argentina, it's been in Buenos Aires. So this is quite a departure for him.
You see what I'm talking about with Chavez throwing those left hooks to the body from long range? That's unusual amongst fighters today.
Absolutely.
Throws it in close or from long range. And sometimes when he's up against the ropes, he will back off and take a step to the side to give himself some room to throw that left hook.
We mentioned it's not a very big ring, but Chavez Jr. is making pretty good use of it.
You can see Cuello's plan. He has a game plan here, and he's trying to carry it out, which is to be effective, get close to Chavez, and to wear him down. He feels he can outcondition Chavez.
They looked at the first Matt Vanda fight and saw that Chavez had some stamina issues, but in the second Matt Vanda fight, of course, he didn't. But they think that Chavez still will have issues later in the fight if they can get there.
And Junior really using the left hook to the body even more than I've ever seen him tonight. Good combination in close by Cuello.
And you know, that whole sequence where Chavez threw a lot of punches, those were nice combinations, but a lot of them were blocked by Cuello.
You know, Cuello's following Chavez around the ring. He's not standing in front of him, cutting it off and pressuring him like he should. He's following him consistently around the ring. He needs to stand in front of him, back him up, and then get his punches off. Following him around is just Chavez's game completely.
He brought that left straight up between the arms of Chavez. Cuello is definitely having some moments here. The crowd won't recognize it, so you won't hear any crowd reaction, but Cuello is landing some pretty impressive punches.
And throwing good combinations. He is not a completely fabricated, undefeated fighter. You can see that.
Good combination by Chavez at the bell.
Okay, Luciano. Okay, ¿por qué no tira la derecha recta, Luciano? Okay, come on, you gotta throw it right. Straight right. Throw it between his hands. Don't throw it straight. What about the right and the left that we practice?
Chavez, Rich mentioned that left hook that he's throwing it even more than normal, and you see him doubling with it to the body and the head. And the good combinations as Cuello tries to get away, and Dad is probably happy with his son's effort thus far.
Let me tell you something. He's a lot calmer looking than I've seen him at some of his son's fights. He can get in a real state over there.
Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. emotional? I find that hard to believe.
Maureen, do your parents attend your fights?
They do. My father shows no emotion, and my mother is, well, my mom's a Mexican, so she's got a lot of emotion. Maybe that's where she gets it from.
Can you hear her in there?
No, I don't hear her. She's not that loud, but I can feel her.
Round 3.
Cuello has started out this round jabbing his way in. And when he does that, you see how that jab can land for him, and it sets the pace for him.
I see Cuello working here, and I can see exactly what he's doing. He's carrying out his game plan. It's not always working, but he is sticking to it.
It's all about the jab for him. This round, he has jabbed his way in and been infinitely more effective. He can land that punch when he throws it.
Good left hook inside. You know, he throws Cuello a very compact left hook inside with good technique and with excellent leverage on it.
Yes, he does. And Chavez answers. Chavez is stepping back a little bit. Use the overhand right. Don't stay inside so long. Unnecessary punches he's taking right there on the inside. He's got the reach advantage. You should use it.
I agree with you, Maureen, and that's what they want him to do more of. This is why Julio Cesar Chavez creates exciting fights. but I'm sure his corner doesn't like it so much.
He's got no pushover in front of him here tonight.
Well, if he's looking to get in there with John Duddy or a Oscar De La Hoya or something of that nature, standing inside for that long isn't really
So you would both say that at this distance where they are right now, shoulder to shoulder, that works to Chavez's detriment?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Cuello can get on the inside and rip these shots. He's got the height and reach advantage, and boxer-puncher type would be much better for Chavez right now.
Don't get me wrong, Chavez has his moments inside, but he also can be more effective on the outside as well, so he should use the in-and-out tactic.
A lot of blood now from the nose of Cuello.
And Chavez is cut also over his left.
I tell you, this is grueling stuff.
This has been a very good third round. Both men doing great work on the inside. I mean, this is a war of attrition right now.
But that's exactly what Cuello wanted.
Yes. And Maureen's right. It's not that Chavez hasn't done good work on the inside. It's just that Cuello is really getting on.
Good left hook by Chavez that Cuello walked into. He got careless momentarily, and that one hurt him. The crowd senses Cuello's predicament, and I think Chavez does too. But Cuello, his legs are strong. Another right hand, but look at Cuello answer right back. Final seconds of the round.
Chavez is to get off those ropes.
Both these fighters really letting it hang out.
Wow.
Excellent. I thought that Cuello was about to win that round. That late flurry, that late last punch by Chavez Jr. may have turned it in his direction.
Yeah, he won most of that round. There's no question about that.
You can't let a fighter like Cuello get too confident.
Well, he's certainly not too panicked, I'll tell you that.
Let me tell you something else about Luciano Cuello. You know, a fighter comes from Argentina. He's never fought anywhere other than Argentina. One time in Spain. This is a fundamentally sound fighter. You know, and that's part of the reason why he's giving Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. some trouble. Plenty of trouble.
Blood pouring from the nose again of Cuello. They were unable to stem that in the corner.
No, this is the kind of fighters that Chavez needs to fight if he wants to grow in this division. He needs to get in there, feel this pressure, feel these moments, and find a way to get himself out of them. And he's got to prove himself.
He's going to need to slide off those ropes when Cuello gets him back there. And it'll be Cuello's job to see if he can prevent an escape lane for Chavez. Good job there of Chavez, sliding off the ropes, getting back out to ring center.
Cuello's defense, he keeps his hands up very, very well. And that's part of the reason why, from long range, it's been tough for Chavez to punch. And I'll tell you, in this round, Cuello is winning the battle of the jab in a big way.
Nice use of the ropes on Chavez. If he's going to have his back on the ropes, he should sit on them, use them to his advantage. Drop down, swing around, come up with a left hook.
Well, I'm telling you, Chavez Jr. has got a determined opponent. I'm looking at the look in his eyes right now. Is that a cut on the top of his head? Cuello's been cut. I got a gash in the top of the head, which could cause a problem. And Chavez, I believe, is cut too, but he's got blood coming as well.
The height and reach advantage of Chavez has been completely negated. Now, there's a good uppercut by Chavez. That is a punch he really needs to work into his rotation in this fight, because Cuello tends to lean his head in. It's a very, very competitive and entertaining match.
Well, Chavez Jr. is going to have to fight for his life here tonight.
What I see happening also when Chavez is on the inside, and my trainer Hector Roca would say this, he's chicken winging his elbows. He leaves them open, which gives Cuello an opening to go to the body and go up to the head.
Chavez there with some of his best work since the first round of the body.
This is a great, great fight. It really is.
Nice right hand, and now Chavez drops a left hook down below. And Cuello seemed to get a little winded in the last half minute of that round.
Cuello is definitely game. He is here to fight.
No caerle por la boca, Luciano, ¿vale? Breathe through your mouth. Bring to your mouth, Luciano. You have to keep throwing. You have to keep throwing punches. Come on. Come on, don't let him think he can beat you.
Cuello, the aggressor, throughout much of that round. And you see the jab started everything off. The jab landed, the right hand came in, and once on the inside, he was very aggressive with those combinations.
In each of the last 2 rounds, Cuello has seemed to have the better of most of the round, and then Chavez Jr. has come on in the last 20 to 30 seconds of the round. And whether that will influence the judges is going to be something that's very, very important. Well, they were reading the scores out here, and the crowd was enjoying what they were hearing, cheering. So the judges clearly have Chavez ahead at this point.
I have, and it's part of the WBC rule. Every 4 rounds, they will read them, and we're getting them handed to us because through our headsets, we couldn't really hear them. I have the fight dead even. 2 rounds for Chavez and 2 for Cuello.
All right. Thankfully, Rafael Hernandez-Brito has brought over the scores to us, which were 39-37 for Chavez Jr. for all 3 judges.
And you can make that case, I guess. You know, I thought the last 2 rounds were for Cuello, but you can make the case that Chavez is ahead by, you know, that margin in this fight, 3-1.
Good left hook by Cuello. And Chavez has to give ground. And then Jr. drops that left hook into the body from long range again. What about the Chavez jab? Where is that?
Yep, I was just going to say that. That's exactly what I was just going to say. And then when he's inside, what he's doing is getting his combinations off, and he's stopping and standing there, almost admiring his work. He needs to get out of the way, move around, use that jab after he gets the combinations off.
In this round, there has been a little more lateral movement from Chavez. But part of the reason his jab hasn't been effective is because Cuello's jab has been there, doubling with it.
You know, in the first fight with Matt Vanda, it was in this round, the 5th round, when you could see Chavez already beginning to wilt a little bit. So stamina will definitely play an important part in this fight here tonight, because Cuello's done some good work himself.
And in this round, interesting in this fight, Chavez has shown a little more energy. Even though a lot of it is the moving, and still he's used his jab a little more effectively.
And, you know, of course, Chavez has always claimed that he was sick in that first fight with Vanda, and that was why he had nothing left at the end. And his second fight performance seemed to validate that, but he'll need to be in great shape here tonight. You know, Cuello has come to fight.
This round proves the point that Maureen made, that when Chavez Jr. jabs, stays on the outsiders of boxing country, it's much more effective. The fans don't like when he fights this way, and they're booing.
You know, when you're in there, you're a fighter. You've got to fight to win. The fans are important, and you do want them to be pleased, but when you're in there, you're in there. So you need to fight your fight. That's what the fans want you to fight.
You're absolutely right. And he's throwing enough combinations, though. In that round, he threw enough to win that round.
Well, clearly, though, Cuello has gotten Chavez's respect.
Oh yeah.
Come on, go. Don't let him come in. He's punching you, but just punch right back. Come on. Come on, go. Come on, you have to win. Whatever you're going to get it, you have to get it and punch it. Keep hitting the body. Vamos, Luciano. Let's go. He doesn't have much to throw. Come on, Luciano.
I'll tell you this, as we get ready now for round 6, Chavez is ahead on points, but I sense far more nervousness in Chavez's corner than I do in the corner of Luciano Cuello.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you can see also Cuello mentioned in the, from the fight interview that he did a lot of running for this fight. Well, it's clear because he wasn't panting or breathing as heavy as I noticed Chavez was in his corner.
Luciano Cuello came out with a definite fight plan in this fight. He has never strayed from it.
And only in a couple rounds where he failed to use the jab to work his way in did he get pounded with punches. But you're right, he wants to get inside, work the body, work the head, and pressure Chavez, not give Chavez a minute to rest. And he's done a good job of getting him against the ropes for large portions of this fight.
And while Cuello has not strayed from his fight plan, he has forced Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. to adjust in this fight.
Chavez needs to throw that jab out there. Even if he's not landing it, throw it out there. Make Cuello think. He's just sticking his head out there waiting to be hit. Double the jab. Just throw it out there. There he goes. You see, when he starts off with the jab, he goes right to the body. He's effective. He's got to be first.
Cuello rips the punches to the body.
You know, Chavez Jr. is a very good combination puncher, and he's throwing a lot of those good combinations, but Cuello's defense is picking off a lot of them as well. Cuello's defense very tight and very good. He looks like Joshua Clottey, you know, with that, just really covering up his face. He's given Chavez a lot of body shots, and Chavez has landed quite a few.
Cuello is losing a lot of blood from his nose. See if there's an extensive blood loss here tonight, if it weakens him in the late going.
The blood isn't facing him at all. He's still coming forward. He's still in this fight.
He acts like it's not even a distraction to him. And that's always a question of how a fighter will react to blood, how a fighter will react to being cut. And Julio Sr. is over there. He got up, is trying to demonstrate how to punch to his son.
Cuello is landing some pretty good straight right hands. This has been a very close round because Chavez landed a lot of body punches, a lot of combination punches, but Cuello has also done that and landed bigger power shots.
Chavez just snuck in an overhand right, but didn't follow up with anything. I'd like to see that overhand right left hook to the body.
You know, Chavez has a warrior spirit. He proved that in the first fight with Matt Vanda, because even though he was heavily criticized for it, the fact of the matter is he had nothing. He had nothing in the tank in that 10th round and somehow got himself through it. And that was, you know, through sheer guts.
That's that Mexican will.
Very good round, close round.
Luciano, you're doing good. Come on, you gotta keep throwing, Luciano. You're not doing good. Come on, have a little faith in you.
Slight cut over the right eye. Rule the judo punch. No puede. No puede. No te a lo mejor lo sigue. A lo mejor lo sigue. No, tú sigue al nuestro. Al nuestro.
He's not talking about us.
Vic Draculich, the referee, went to both corners to tell them that the cut over the right eye of Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. was caused by a punch, not a headbutt. So if that eventually causes a stoppage of the fight, we would not go to the scorecards.
That would be a loss for Chavez if that happens. So that's a key ruling by Draculich. Cuello comes right out, teching away with the jab.
I think there's some nervousness building in this bull ring tonight about what might happen to this young Mexican hero.
Well, it's a very close fight. It's been an exciting and well-fought fight. And clearly more drama than perhaps some expected. And with Cuello, as we said earlier, undefeated, 18 of his 23 opponents had losing records, mind you. So you don't know what to expect from an undefeated fighter like that. We didn't know, we couldn't tell that he would be this competent, and he is.
He continues to come forward.
Cuello is having a very good 7th round.
And Chavez is giving ground. He's the one backing off, some lateral movement, moving to his left all the time. But he's going to need, it appears, to outbox Luciano Cuello from here on in to get the decision.
Now remember, they announced at the 4-round mark that Chavez was ahead by 2 points in this fight. We'll see whether that gets altered.
Now Chavez is doing a pretty good job here of keeping his distance, moving around the ring.
But he's getting nailed with those jabs, yeah.
Yes, he is.
Cuello has landed at least a dozen great jabs in this round.
Immediately, Chavez, when he comes out from that exchange, you should pop the jab immediately. Don't let Cuello get off for a moment. Right there, pop the jab.
Chavez Jr. showing some life in his legs there and launching a good combination. He has adjusted. It was a definite adjustment. He went toe-to-toe with Cuello for 4 rounds. Round 5 came, and it was a different Chavez in terms of style.
And he was more effective originally with it. This round, though, because Cuello has out-jabbed him so badly, and there's the right hand that follows the jab naturally, it hasn't been as effective for Chavez.
There's some movement by Chavez to his right. That's unusual. He's been moving almost exclusively to his left the entire fight.
This is a case where looks can be deceiving. Cuello's face is a mask of blood, but he's winning this round.
I'm surprised that blood is not even bothering him. He's in there, it's like it's not even there.
This would appear to be a very close fight as we go into the later rounds. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. in the colors of Mexico, mostly in the white trunks. The black trunks, Luciano Cuello from Buenos Aires, Argentina. Giving an excellent account of himself tonight. Win or lose, he's going to be in the picture in the future.
24-year-old who came in here with an undefeated record, wanted to have a fight in which he could showcase his skills, and to a great extent he's done that.
I think the thinking was when they took on Cuello as an opponent now, they looked at that 9 KO record, right, and they felt that indicated that he couldn't punch. And he's not a one-punch knockout guy, but he throws a lot of punches, and to very good effect. His punches do mean something.
You know, he's indicative of the kind of opponent Chavez had fought recently, though. The Vandas and the people of that ilk, who are good fighters, who are of the level where he has to get past them to get to the next stage.
And he's got some speed on his combinations. I mean, Cuello's got, that jab is fast. His combinations are fast, especially on the inside with Chavez.
Chavez now coming to life in this round after Cuello, who continues to do some good work on the inside, had really controlled things.
Chavez is doing some work, too, with his elbow. Yeah. His left elbow that is being let slide right now.
It's a war inside again.
Good uppercut by Chavez. That one ripped the head of Cuello back. And now Chavez goes back to the body. And I think Chavez is picking up his intensity, his confidence, and his combinations. And his punches are beginning to mean something again. Look at that uppercut. That forces Cuello to back off and gather himself. Chavez is getting it together big time right now. He's going for it.
That crowd is loving it right now. They are absolutely loving this.
And here comes Cuello back again.
Julio Jr., you could just see his confidence picking up incrementally as the seconds were wearing by.
Now, the last 40 seconds are dangerous in this round for Chavez because he may have punched himself out a little. Let's see. Wow, this is a great round of boxing. In the background, you can see Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. animated, trying to get his son going.
Chavez Jr. used that uppercut, although he missed that one, to great effect in this round. A good combination, a good strong finish here by Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. to round 8. A great bounce back round for Chavez.
Come on, one more like that.
Vamos, vamos, vamos.
Vamos, Julio. Come on, Julio, push him. Come on, keep going. Come on, throw him the weight. Tie him up.
Es lo que tienes que hacer.
Go forward, that's what you have to do.
Vamos, a ver. Déjame trabajar, Julio, déjame trabajar. Levanta la cara. Déjame trabajar. Dale gana, vamos. Vamos, despierta, loco, vamos. Hágalo por ti mismo.
Here is the jab of Cuello that may have caused that cut on the eye of Cesar Chavez back in round 6. In fact, it is likely that did cause the cut. Great work in the truck by everybody.
Here's Chavez just throwing the jab and getting on the inside. He throws that beautiful right hand. Then he goes to work on Cuello. Very, very effective, beautiful uppercuts. Those uppercuts seem to have really made a difference in this round.
All right, we head into round 9, 2 rounds to go. You could just feel the crowd surging. They will announce the scores here now. We'll try to get these for you as soon as they are announced. Okay, but Chavez is still out in front. He is still in front on all 3 judges' cards. One judge does not have it close, 79-73. Another judge has it 78-74. And the third judge, 77-75. So Cuello is going to need something dramatic. Just winning these last 2 rounds will not get it done for Cuello.
And you can certainly make a case for the 77-75 score. 79-73, pretty wide. And many of these rounds very close because both men are doing good work in them. But I'll tell you what, I think it's a very close fight.
Maureen, what did you think of, as a fighter yourself, of Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., a senior, coming out of his seat, going into that corner, and he giving the instructions between rounds rather than his normal trainer?
Well, I feel if that's what I mean, he's being a father now. If that's what a father feels like he needed to do, that's what he felt he needed to do. You know, they obviously all have an understanding of what takes place, but if that's what Junior needed to fire him up a little bit, then that's what works, whatever works.
Look at this work by Chavez, and Cuello not answering back yet. There he tries.
Well, he landed a couple of good shots before that. I'll tell you what, these men are putting on a really fun fight to watch. They really are. And these rounds, I think each of these rounds are very close.
I tell you, this is a hide the kids type of fight.
Yeah. This, very reminiscent of our first fight of the evening with Antonio Diaz and Castro, where they were on the inside battling away, and that's what we've seen here in this one.
But just much bloodier, adding to the more to the drama of it.
Now, the Cuello people thought by now Chavez Jr. would not be punching like this, even though this is a very good 9th round for both men, and Cuello might have won it.
One thing that Chavez knows is the importance of those left hooks to the body, because he is committing to those body shots, and that's what he needs to do.
Cuello is closing this round strongly, though.
That is some action, and that is a weary Cuello who goes back to his corner.
Es el último. Come on, this is the last round, Luciano. Come on. Come on, give it all you got. Give me water. Give me water. Come on, breathe. Luciano, we have to hurry up. Come on, Julio, all the way in. Come on, breathe in, breathe in. Don't blow your nose, Julio. Come on, let's go.
Exactamente. Vamos.
Let's go. Just like that. Give it all you got, Julio.
Párate bien. Bien parado cada golpe. Párate bien.
That's craziness.
Wow.
There's four people talking to him.
I don't know who Rafael knows how to translate. Which one do you translate?
See, that's not I don't think that's effective.
That was
I
actually-
disagree. That's not effective.
That was actually four people talking to him.
Rafael Hernandez has the toughest job in the building right now, trying to figure out who to translate.
This is going to be some round, though.
Now, here's the interesting point. They know in the corner of Cuello, because the scores were announced, that their man probably has to have a knockout to win, or they should know it.
Yeah, but they never said that to
They
him.
did not, no. They should add somebody listening to the scores to know the WBC has a rule where they announce those scores. They use it to your advantage.
And if you're wondering at home what that is all over the ring, yes, folks, that is a blood-splattered ring.
I don't want to lose sight of one fascinating thing, and that is we've seen a very good boxing match, a fun boxing match to watch. And I'll tell you, Cuello came here to fight. Look at him go.
Cuello launching the rights. Cuello may sense that he needs the knockout.
He's going for it like he does. Wow, he's landing some big right hands.
Those are short, crisp punches that carry for him a lot of power.
He is just not a monstrous puncher. You mentioned the 9 KOs in his wins. He wears you down. What a great restaurant this is.
Look at the elbow work from Chavez. When he gets in close, he'll use that elbow to either push him off or to actually throw it to do some damage. A right uppercut, or a ripper by Cuello. Chavez content to stay inside here, though. Feels he can do just as much damage and lands that right hand to the body. Look at Chavez Sr. ringside, walking from one side of the ring to the other. Chavez still landing to the body.
Luciano Cuello probably won't win this decision based upon what we know of the scoring, but he has helped produce a great fight. And he's got 46 seconds to try and get a knockdown, which might also get him a decision. Or a knockout, obviously. He's landing some freight train right hands, Cuello is.
Now Chavez coming back, throwing the shot. The Cuello is right there. Good right uppercut by Cuello. That has been a signature weapon for Chavez tonight as well. An excellent right uppercut. They both had the opportunity for uppercuts inside.
If you like boxing, you have to like this. Skillfully fought and fun and exciting.
And if you like fighting,
Wow, yes.
These two both earned their paychecks tonight.
Oh, man, did they.
The 10th and final round comes to a terrific finish, and that is it. Wonderful fight. Crowd is booing. I'm not sure why. It certainly wasn't for lack of action.
No, listen, that was a remarkable boxing match. And, you know, we know that Chavez Jr. is probably going to be in more fights like this than any other kind, and already has been.
Wow.
He's in shootouts. That's both his charm and the thing that gives people pause about him ultimately winning a title.
2 of his last 3 fights are just incredible wars. And in each case, it was fortunate for him that it was not a 12-round fight.
Damas y caballeros, ladies and gentlemen, tras de 10 rounds, tenemos una decisión unánime. Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of action, we have a unanimous decision. Here are the score totals. Judge Monique Rendon vio la pelea 98 a 92. 98 to 92. Judge Lou Filippo sees the bout, vio la pelea 96 a 94, 96 to 94. And Judge Stephen Blea scores the bout. Tiene la pelea 96 a 95, 96 to 95. A favor del ganador, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.